So 3 leaders, 35 seconds advantage. It is coming down very rapidly. Eric Decker, he knows what it's all about, the sport of professional cycling, but he will have a just reward at the end of today's stage because he will be the leader of the King of the Mountains classification. He was the fastest man over the 2 fourth category climbs in the last half of the race, but he still will not give up. He's going to make them come and get him and grab him by the scruff of the neck.
Well, the other boys are helping him, but there's no doubt who is putting in most of the work, and that is Decker. He's never so happy as when he's riding by himself. As I said, he's 64 times a winner since he turned pro in 1992. His season last year was brilliant in the one-day classics. He not only won the championship last year of his country, but he also was 5th in the Tour of Flanders, 7th in his big Amstel Gold race. He was 5th in the Liège-Bastogne-Liège, and he won at the end of the year the Paris Tours race, which is what he wanted to do.
The main field splitting up and coming back together again. There's a lot of red, white and blue jerseys on the front. That is Team Cofidis. This is Sylvain Chavanel looking over his shoulder. He's looking over his shoulder to see if he can see the man who wears number 121, and that is Stuart O'Grady. O'Grady wasn't far away yesterday, and I think he's coming into excellent form this year. O'Grady is a man who has always ridden well when it comes down to the Tour de France.
Take a look over the heads of the peloton, looking right to the tail there. I saw Matt White also putting in his 2 pennyworth for Cofidis, also on the same team as Stuart O'Grady. O'Grady was good yesterday, to say the least, and this is not a bad finish for Stuart. He could really upset all the predictions today with a great victory. These riders here are trying desperate now. 53 seconds. We've got rid of one. Where's Battaliati? He seems to have disappeared right now, so he must have slipped away off our camera. 28 seconds. You may have thought time is up, time to leave. Backwards.
Just having a look to see if he was still there, but he's definitely sat up. He's seen the better part of valor here is to go back to the main field and just get sucked towards the finish by this charging main field who are setting themselves up for a sprint royale on this Avenue de Grammont, which is such a well-known avenue in the sport of professional cycling. Bertogliati, former winner of the first stage of the Tour today, going to go back into the bunch.
They are getting themselves organised, but they weren't expecting a fight like this, I'll tell you, because the teams here have not organised themselves properly. There's no Mario Cipollini anymore with a well-organised chase team, and it's obvious now that it's much harder work to bring back these breakaways.
I don't think any of the teams are quite as well drilled as Mario Cipollini's team used to be in the old days, because they would have this race right now strung out at 60 kilometers an hour, starting to get themselves organised to keep Cipollini at the front end of the peloton. We are in the outskirts of Tours right now, Phil. It is a very dangerous run-in. All of this traffic furniture, these directional islands, make it very precarious to bring big bunches of riders into the heart of these French cities.
It's just this little section here before we break out onto the boulevards. We hook under ourselves and then head over the River Loire down towards that Grand Boulevard. Hazardous moments, though, for the peloton, who are now in full flight, but fortunately in a long, thin line. So they should see that gendarme and the Paddy bollards in the middle of the road. Here's another little nasty switch back here. This will help the chasers, the leaders, rather, because that was a nasty left flick there, and there was a big obelisk in the road. Decker here is not going to give this up. With 7.5 kilometers to go.
You do not want to be halfway down the main field coming into a town like this, because those chicanes, those little movements and changes of direction are so dangerous. You want to be in the first 25 riders right now. That's the safest place you can be. At least you can see what's happening in front of you. If you're in 180th place, you have no idea what's going on. Heartbeats right now are starting to rise because the pressure is on. Constantino Zabaya's heart rate is bumping up towards around about 170. Cedric Vasseur is kicked in at 162. They are around about 85% of their maximum, these riders right now. This is the final little bend, the final circle before the riders will then line up and see the finishing line in front of them. They're just around about 3 kilometers to go, and once they've finished this little configuration on the road, they'll see the finishing line. They're still holding on to 4 or 5 seconds advantage. There is the organisation, the line of 6 riders. You can see the white jerseys. That's Française des Jeux. They'll be looking after their man Baden Cook, even though this morning there was a little bit of a worry. Which sprinter will we choose? Bernard Eisel, or will we choose Baden Cook? I think they're going for Cookie.
3 to go. Now we go under the curly, line up for the finishing line here on the Avenue de Grammont in Tours, and they are still clear. They are desperate to reach them, but they can't quite get there. They're now into a confusing state, the peloton. They're trying to lead up to the leaders, while at the same time the teams are trying to position their sprinters for the finish. This could be in the home straight, quite literally, where it all comes together.
Unbelievable. I don't know how those two men are surviving off the front of the main field at speeds which are approaching 60 kilometers an hour. This is the Avenue de Grammont. Eric Decker has accelerated. He still won't give up.
He's gone again. He's been forced to move, but there is a charge down the right of the road now, and it looks like Cancellara has reached him here. It's certainly a white jersey as he comes up here, and this is a good move too, because these sort of moves can play off. Poor old Eric Decker, 2 kilometers, inside 2 kilometers, has been wiped out, and Cancellara, the rookie of the Tour, the winner of the prologue at 2K, is gonna go. Remember, he has speed over short distances. That's how he won the prologue in Liège.
Well, that's an unbelievable move. He may well have just caught the sprinters at the right time. There are not many men in this field who can make a move like that, but Fabien Cancellara is a very good individual time trialist. He's got to ride at 60 kilometers an hour if he wants to hold off the main field, but he is looking, Phil, he is dreaming to try and see the red kite, the kite that tells these riders there's a kilometer to go to the finish. He's going to get swamped by the sprinters who've gone either side of the road here. There's green jerseys on the front. They are looking after Thor Hushovd. The white jerseys are looking very much after Baden Cook, and let's not forget the man in the green jersey, Tom Boonen, will not be very far away at all.
What a finish. We're going to pass under the kite any second now. That'll be a kilometre from the line, 6/10 of a mile. They're on him. He almost did it, but Française Jeu, Brad McGee has got control of the head of the race now, looking for Baden Cook perhaps. He's the boy in white to the left of our picture, moves them all over. Fassa Bortolo getting involved in this right now. Cancellara tried, it wasn't to work. He's back in the pack now, and it looks as though Baden Cook is being lined up for this. The green jersey of Tom Boonen, about 9 men back, just dodging away. Now comes a charge on the right from Leaky Gas. This is a desperate finish and dead straight.
Dead straight. This is the most beautiful finishing straight in the world if you're a sprinter, and that's exactly what they're trying to do for Baden Cook. They're trying to set him up. There's the red kite. Everybody's in there nice and safe. Still F de Jeu on the front there. Baden Cook will be in about 4th or 5th position. You can see as well the Licky Gas riders in the lime green are starting to warm it up there. You can see Big Maggie Backstead right in the middle. There is Jan Kirsipuu trying to lead out Thor Hushovd just over to the right-hand side.
Well, the lead out is being done by Thor Hushovd's team here, but he's not placed in yet. Kirsipuu has got second wheel, the champion of his country. He's on the left now. He's also picked up Thor Hushovd, who's got right in behind him. This is going to be a tough one. I don't think Bonen's going to get out of this mess, and I'm not sure where Robbie is yet. Robbie McEwen is about 5 men back. He's getting a perfect lead out as they start to switch. Bonen's got McEwen's wheel. A lot of dodging here, but what's Thor Hushovd and Jan Kirsipuu as they go on the left? Here comes Tom Bonen now in the centre, being challenged by McEwen. This is a desperate move again, and Bonen's got the head of the first with Stuart O'Grady trying to break in. A little bit of a wobble. Bonen has done it again, and that is an incredible second. What a sprint that was. Everybody bouncing off everybody's shoulders, and I thought for a moment Stuart O'Grady was going to win it.
Phil, I don't know where Tom Bonen came from there at all. We looked at the main field. We couldn't see the green jersey with about 100 meters to go. He was locked in the middle, but that is the quality. That is the special quality that a sprinter has, to be able to find the door and come out at the last possible moment. There's the yellow jersey, Dave Zabriskie. Look at O'Grady there, battling it right in the middle with Robbie McEwen. They are not the best of friends, we have to say, and that was not a very nice move.
I think Robbie was trying to stay upright, in all honesty there, but Bonen, he is proving to be the man. He's now got 70 points in that green jersey competition, 2-stage win in as many days. Safely finishing in the pack is the yellow jersey of Dave Zabriskie. He lives to fight another day in that jersey. Safe too is Lance Armstrong.
Listen, you must be very happy. 2 wins. Everything's going very smoothly for you.
Yeah, I'm very happy. My tour is already 100% perfect. I already have the green jersey on. I got some points in advantage for the other sprinters, and still got 4 or 5 chances to come. So,
Can you tell us what happened?
Just closed in when I wanted to go. Wide to 200, but Bonen went just before me, and I got just caught in the middle. I had no way out.
What can you tell us?
There's a fair bit of clashing going on. Yeah, Hulshoff get out pretty early. Waited to about 150 to go and started my sprint and saw Boonen coming past. The next minute, Robbie was just started headbutting me. So, yeah.
Do you think it was intentional?
Yes. Oh, I mean, it was pretty dangerous. I mean, he wasn't going to come past, so the only chance was to throw out the elbows and headbutt, so...
Apart from that, are you happy with the way you finished today, or did that stop you from perhaps victory?
Oh, it didn't stop me from victory. Boonen's definitely showing us the back of his heels, but, you know, I'm pretty sure I would have finished second, and once we kind of locked horns, both our momentum's pretty much stopped on the spot.
There was a lot of movement, of course, and, you know, Robbie went over on Stewie a bit, and he just kind of, you know, put his head in the end. I think it's something that he didn't set out to do. It's something, a natural reaction from a sprinter. So, you know, it's a little bit harsh that he maybe gets disqualified from the stage, but I think when you look back, he'd say, yes, it's something maybe I shouldn't have done, and that's, you know, it's just a natural reaction for a sprinter.
Well, what a stage. Two Australians fighting at the finish, and Tom Boonen standing proudly on the winner's podium yet again. Let's have a look at the stage results. Boonen scores a double. Peter Vrolik was second, the Austrian, with Stuart O'Grady third. Alan Davis did well for a top 5 finish, and Robbie McEwen not in the standings after being disqualified. Today's events pushes Boonen to clear leader in the green jersey competition, and if there's any consolation for Stuart O'Grady, it's the fact that he's moved into second place in the sprinters competition, with Davis also moving up the order. As for the overall standings, no changes. David Zabriskie will hold a 2-second lead when he drives his CSC team in tomorrow's team time trial, and that is a 2-second lead over Lance Armstrong. Well, the drama never stops at the 2005 Tour de France. Will it continue tomorrow for the team time trial? Hope you can join us. Make sure you watch the live and exclusive coverage of Stage 4 tonight on SBS, 11 p.m. in the east and 10 p.m. in the west. And make sure you tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Stage 4 highlights. This is Mike Tomalaris on the Tour de France. Bye for now.